Is working in consulting glamorous? This is the topic that I want to talk about today. Many people seem to believe that working in consulting, and especially at an MBB consulting firm, so McKinsey, BCG, Bain, is a work that is attached to a certain lifestyle and to a glamorous lifestyle indeed. Today I'm going to discuss exactly this, so welcome to another coffee break here on my channel Firm Learning. My name is Heinrich, I'm a former McKinsey consultant. I spent 6 years with the firm and now I'm in a CTO position at a German retailer. And so before I jump into the glamorous aspects of the life of a consultant, I first of all want to give credits to this other video from Rocket Blogs that I took as inspiration, and then also give two important caveats to this video. And the first is that the situation changes quite significantly, not only firm by firm, but also among the different geographies and countries. So to better understand what is possible in your location, in your country, make sure that you do talk to some local consultants to really understand this. And the second caveat that I want to give is that this video is not talking about one specific firm, but rather describing the situation at MBB firms, so McKinsey, BCG, Bain. Another thing I just want to be clear on is that, of course, if you work in consulting, you do not do it just for these glamorous aspects. Trust me that you will not be happy, you will not be satisfied with your job if this is your main motivation. But of course, this might be a little extra, this might be a little plus that just makes your life a little bit more comfortable. And of course, to some extent, this is also at least part of the appeal of joining one of these firms. In the very end of the video, I will talk about another very important topic, and this is why, even though the life can be glamorous in all these ways, in practice, in reality, often these things are not possible. Often you cannot really make use of all of these things. So watch until the end for this very important aspect, just to get the full picture, the whole picture, to what extent the life of a consultant is really glamorous. So let's get started. Let's start with travel. And one of the aspects that for sure most people find most appealing is the airline status that you get. For sure with your national airline, but with many others, you will collect status. Almost every consultant I know who works at an MBB firm has a senator status with the German Lufthansa, which corresponds to a Starline Gold status. I even know a couple of people who have a HON status at the German Lufthansa. And for those of you who do not know what that is, it's just a status that gives you access to insane benefits. If you're interested in that, check out the Lufthansa page to understand this better. And of course, what's also important to say is that this video will especially focus on the situation how it was until 2019. So before this new situation in 2020 evolved, which of course severely impacts many of the things that we are going to talk about. So this airline status is great. It gives you access to lots of lounges. It gives you access to priority boarding. You collect lots of points. Another nice benefit is that you will get access to business class travel, not only on long haul flights, but at least for some offices, for some firms, even on short domestic flights. This is of course a perk that is very comfortable, especially given that you will fly quite a lot in most countries at least. Similar to the airlines is the hotels. Here I just have a collection of some of the bonus cards that I collected over the last years. Of course there were many more because most of them are digital nowadays. But it is true that you do get access to lots of nice hotels. You will stay in Hyatts, in Ritz-Carltons, in W's, in all these nice Starwood hotels. And of course it does make a difference if you really work super late, if you really sit in the team room until after midnight, if then at least you come to a nice hotel. At least I often felt that this did increase team morale. So it is one of these nice perks and these nice benefits of working in consulting. Next point on travel is cars. So pretty much wherever you go, you can pretty much always take the taxi. You never need to take public transport. And if you do need a rental car, you often get access to nice cars, which might make your life easier as well. Next point is team activities. And one thing of course to talk about is team dinners. So often after some nice milestones in the project, the partner will invite the whole team to a nice, very upscale restaurant, often also Michelin star restaurants. Depending on what city and area you are in, you might eat in some of the nicest restaurants of the country. It's of course great to have access to this nice food, especially if you are a foodie and appreciate it a lot. But besides dinners, often you have also different other types of off-site activities where your team, your office, or maybe some groups within the office meet for a weekend or for some days throughout the week to discuss some topics, just have an off-site, take some days off your regular work. Again, these are often great locations with great benefits, great activities, often nice night outs afterwards in the evening. These are experiences where you can form great memories and build some lasting friendships also beyond your daily job as a consultant. consultant. The next area I want to talk about is the compensation, other benefits that you will get as a consultant. It is no secret that as an MBB consultant you will earn very decent salaries, and these high salaries of course open up possibilities for you. You will be able to afford nicer things, maybe a nicer, larger flat, and whatever else you might fancy. Of course, if you are a regular watcher of this channel, you do know that I advocate not spending your whole money but rather saving. I made a whole video about why I do believe it is so crucial to get your savings rate high as a consultant. I will link it somewhere above here, so check it out to learn more about my thinking on this topic. Similar to that is the car policy. So most MBB firms in most locations do offer a quite attractive car policy. So this means that even as a junior consultant, you will get access to nice cars, and the more senior you become, the larger the car that you could get. So here again, personally, I did not make use of this car policy. I decided not to take a company car. Often then there are some alternatives you can choose from if you decide not to take it. For me, again, in the spirit of saving, the reason was to avoid the taxes that you do need to pay if you get a car. But if you decide that you want to get a car anyway, of course the company car policy is often very attractive and can get you access to some very nice cars. So these are the reasons that in my perception most contribute to this maybe glamorous lifestyle that you might get in such an MBB consulting firm at McKinsey, BCG or Bain. Of course these things are subjective, so whether you do actually perceive these things to be glamorous of course depends on your very personal opinion. And of course there's also an argument to be made that these things that might be perceived as glamorous are the very same things that contribute to the bad lifestyle, that contribute to you spending lots of time away from home. And of course there's a good argument to be made that there's nothing more luxurious, nothing more glamorous to spending time at home, spending time with your family. And I completely understand that and completely see where you're coming from if this is what your opinion is. Though in the beginning I said that often you actually cannot really make use of this. I believe this is really an important point that you need to be aware if you decide to get into consulting and maybe you believe that you will have all these benefits and perks. And this reason is that often your project actually does not take place in one of these large cities where you have these nice hotels, nice airports. So it does happen that your project is in a city that's very small, somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And then the logistics are quite complicated to get there. Often in these areas there just aren't any nice hotels. You just need to take whatever hotel is available, and the airport might be so small that you actually just cannot fly the business class because there are only low-cost carriers. So all of this is part of the reality of being a consultant as well. And again, what I believe is also very important to clearly say is that the smaller the consulting firm is that you work for, so if you work for a tier 2 or a tier 3 consulting firm, and also if you work for a big 4 firm or a boutique firm, these glamorous aspects often go away. So with these firms you will often not be able to fly business class. These firms will often allow you only to stay in a hotel 1 or 2 tiers below the hotels that I was talking about. So be aware that the firm that you join will significantly impact your abilities to tap into all these perks. So what does my life look like now? The truth is, now that I'm out of consulting for about a year, most of my statuses have expired. I'm not having access to all of these things. Now personally I take the bicycle, I still don't have a car, and I usually take the train instead of a plane. And I must say that while I of course enjoyed all these nice perks, while I still lived in consulting, I still also feel pretty good given that now all of these things have been taken away from me. This is, I believe, also an important takeaway out of all of this. So while all of this of course is nice, this is by no means necessary, and I do not really think that this really improved the quality of my life. So let me know your opinion in the comments. Are you intrigued by these glamorous aspects of consulting? Do you find these things glamorous at all? What is your opinion on this topic? Leave me a comment below in the comment section. I will reply to every single comment. And as you know, whenever you leave a comment, this also helps me with the YouTube systems, so every comment is much appreciated. As always, if you took any value out of this video at all, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and also hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on all my content. If you want to see even more from me, also follow me on my Instagram. My handle is Firm Learning. I also have a mailing list. You can find a sign up link to that below in the video description. And also feel free to reach out to me and follow me on LinkedIn. Again, the link is in the video description. I now want to say thank you to all the members of Firm Learning. Every one of you is really contributing to the cause of this channel. I very much appreciate your support. If you are thinking about becoming a member as well, just hit the join button next to the subscribe button to learn about all the benefits that you get. So now I want to say thank you very much if you watched until the end. If you did watch until the end, just leave me a comment comment below, just that I know that you did. And for the rest of you guys, I release weekly videos every single Saturday, so looking forward to next week's video. See you then. Until then, good weekend, great Christmas holidays to all of you. Bye bye, Heinrich here.